Hey there, beautiful people. Today we're going to be talking about how to protect ourselves and protect others when we're on the interwebs. And to protect ourselves, we need to use a shield. And that shield is our brain. Use your brain to protect yourselves. Now, I'm sure you've heard this question before, or this comment before. Stranger danger. Don't talk to strangers. Okay, that's great advice. But does this rule change when we communicate online? Think about that for a second. Do we talk to strangers when we comment on a YouTube video? When they comment back to us? Do we know those people? Okay. So you might still have instructions from your adults to not comment on things online and to not post online and to not communicate with strangers online. That's great advice. And if your parents or your guardians, your adults tell you that, continue with that. But we do have to realize that some of those rules do change a little bit when we're online talking to strangers. Here's some internet safety guidelines. First, you can end a conversation that makes you feel uncomfortable. If you don't like what's happening, just stop. Just stop the conversation. You can shut off an app or a device at any time. It's a huge advantage. In the real world, if someone's bothering me, I can't just mute them or turn off the power, but you can online. Remember that you have people that are supportive of you and that care about you. Now, this might be some adults at home, sibling, cousin, aunt and uncle, grandparents. But remember that you do have teachers, and your teachers absolutely care about you. We are supportive of you. We don't know you that well yet, but we still care about you, and we want to help you through things. Make sure that you never post personal information online. Now, is your name personal to you? Yeah, sure it is. But there are other people that might have the same name as you. So we're talking about phone numbers, we're talking about addresses, we're talking about your credit card number, we're talking about your social security number, your passwords. Don't share any of that stuff online. And use privacy settings when you're using social media networks. I would recommend just putting it all the way to private. All right, so I've got a couple questions for you. And some of this stuff when we're protecting ourselves online can feel a little icky and uncomfortable, but we need to make sure that we talk about this so we can understand when we encounter these situations. How would you handle someone that is walking up to you and making crude, dirty, gross, icky, creepy sexual comments? How would you handle that? Are you raising your hand? Yes, you. How would you answer that? Would we handle that a little bit differently than someone that's flirting with you? Now, we probably would handle those two things differently. But is it always clear whether it's crude, creepy comments or someone trying to flirt with you? In real life, it might be. Online, it's a lot more blurry. It's hard to tell the difference. So I'm going to read this exactly as I wrote it. The same kinds of situations can happen when you are online. Sometimes it's obvious that what a person is saying online is wrong or harmful. Sometimes it's really clear. Other times, though, people may flirt online, and such warning signs are not always so obvious. Now, flirting is normal. It can be normal, even though you might not want to, and that's okay. Flirting is normal among middle schoolers. When flirting is done face-to-face, it might feel comfortable, it might even feel fun, but it can quickly become uncomfortable online, even when it's with other people that you might know. This is because people say things online to one another that they might not say face-to-face. They feel like this camera and this screen are like a shield for them to protect themselves. When you're talking online with people that you don't know in person, flirting and other sexual talk is risky behavior. There are times when flirting can lead to an ongoing relationship with a stranger that seems deep and personal. Oh, they care about me so much. But this is tricky because some people online don't actually have your best interest in mind. If the person you're communicating with online says anything inappropriate or sexual, you need to, and especially if that person is older than you are, you need to stop talking right away and tell an adult about it. Here's a couple internet safety tips. If you develop a relationship with someone online, and it could be just a friendship relationship, that's fine, but has this person asked me to keep any information secret? Like, hey, I trust you. Can I tell you something that I don't want you to tell anybody else? Or, hey, don't tell your parents that we've been talking. Keep this private. Or has this person flirted with me or asked me about anything sexual? Has this person asked me about anything private? Like, hey, what's your address? What room do you have in your house, that kind of stuff. Or if you felt pressured by this person to do anything. Or do you just feel untrue to yourself? Does it just feel wrong or icky inside? If the answer is yes to any of these, that relationship is risky and you need to stop talking to this person. So if the answer is yes to any of those questions. All right, I've got a bonus tip for you. If someone starts chatting with you about inappropriate topics or they ask you to send a picture of yourself, end the conversation immediately. And never, ever plan a face-to-face meeting with someone that you met online unless you take a parent or guardian along. And really, if you meet somebody and you think they care about you and you say, hey, my mom is going to come with me to the park and she's going to hang out until we're done talking. Or my dad is going to drop me off and hang out at the, I don't know, the ice cream parlor. I don't know if you have any of those, but at the ice cream parlor, Dairy Queen with you. If that person really cares about you, they'll just go, okay, cool. Yeah, no problem. I'd love to meet your parents. But if they had something else in mind, then they would go, oh, you know what? Actually, I got something else going on. I won't be able to meet you. They'll back out. So that'll be a clear response that, hey, this is either a safe thing or an unsafe thing. So never meet face-to-face with someone that you've met online unless you take a parent or guardian along. Okay, that's it for the safety tips and how to protect yourself. Use your brain when you are online. Protect yourself.